Alyne. Welcome to my kitchen. And today I'm going to be making another casserole. And I found this in a cookbook, of course. I don't know the name of the cookbook, don't know who did it. But it sounded good. And the only thing I don't have out on here is my salt and pepper. And Piggy, if you'll hand me the pepper and my piggy's to rub. Y'all know me, I'm gonna jazz it up a little bit my own. But what this is called is a corned beef casserole. There's my piggy's to rub and my salt. And it calls for 2 cans of corned beef. Now this is a canned corned beef. And you get it in cans just like you do Spam and a few other things. Calls for 8 potatoes. And y'all, it does not say small, large, medium, whatever. I'm thinking it's the small potatoes like this right here, because otherwise it'll be too many of them. I have 4 of them small potatoes, and I have 2 larger potatoes that would probably make up 2 small ones. So I'm going with these 6 potatoes here. It calls for 8 potatoes sliced. I'm using these 6. It calls for 6 onions sliced. I am not putting those 6 onions in this thing because these are the only size onions I have. And I'm assuming again, but you know what they say about assuming, that the onions will be about this size. It's what they're talking about. So I figure 1.5 of these right here will make up what I need. And again, it's got to be sliced. It calls for 1 can of evaporated milk, 1 stick of butter, salt and pepper to taste, and I'm going to use a little piggy's to rub along with that to taste. And that's my ingredients. And I'm going to get Piggy over here helping me just a second. This butter is froze, and it says on there to clump the butter up on, drop clumps of it on top. So I figure if it's shredded, that'll work just fine. I can just sprinkle it out on top of it once it gets done. I'll set this right here over here because the milk and the seasoning goes last. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my meat there. And I'm going to let Piggy grate the cheese. Or the cheese. Y'all, this ain't got no cheese. And y'all know I love cheese and stuff. But grate the butter. And I'm going to work on peeling my taters and doing my onions. And let Piggy help me. And we may do this as a time lapse just so you can see what we're doing. So I figure he may just set this over here at the corner somewhere and you can see what we're doing as far as peeling, grating, slicing, and doing everything else. And once I get these taters and onions done, Piggy gets this done and the meat done, then...
Y'all can see her George Foreman over in that corner where her Cuisinart used to be.
Yeah, y'all, I'm sad my Cuisinart gave up the ghost. It died on me.
Well, you worked it hard for about 3 or 4 years.
I did, y'all. I put it through its paces. It worked. It really did.
It just got so much grease built up in it that it was getting too hot and would cut the power off.
And in case y'all wonder about this right here, this is a mandolin. It was given to us as a wedding gift. And that's what I'm going to use to slice my potatoes and onions with. I rarely ever use it. But today I think I'm going to.
All right. You ready for me to stop this, put it on time lapse?
Yeah, you go ahead and do that.
Uh-huh.
All right, yeah, we're back now. I went ahead and put 1 can of the meat in the casserole dish. I'm gonna go ahead and now this says to layer the meat, onions, and potatoes in the casserole dish. So when it says layer, I'm thinking you layer the meat, and you layer the potatoes, or the onions, and then the taters. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the meat in here, and it's gonna be on the bottom.
Guess you gonna dry while I wash when we get done with all these?
Yes, I will dry while you wash, and I'll put up.
Folks, she pulled that out. She said, "Oh, that looks like dog food." I said, "It might be."
That's what I was fixing to say. I was joking with Piggy that it looked like dog food. It don't smell like dog food, so. This is the canned corned beef, and we only used one of those onions because those things are big.
They're huge, and it's sliced up thin like that. There'll be plenty of onion in there.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty.
And it sounds like I got somebody at the back door wanting in.
Sounds like.
Probably Miss Callie. I got my old woman a little bit in here, and I got...
Y'all noticed the camera seemed like it might be about to get knocked down. That was a little bit playing around with the tripod.
Yeah, she's telling us she wants some of this. Give me some, give me some.
Evidently, it smells good to her.
And I'm layering the potatoes over the onion and meat. And these potatoes are good and thin. And this is on the medium setting, y'all, so you can see that's kind of thin on the medium setting.
Yeah. That's all right. Means they'll cook.
That's it. It'll cook. And once I get all this done, put together, it's going to take about an hour in the oven. It said to cook it for about an hour until it's golden on top. Or brown. I see. Make sure I'm brown on top. So we've got potatoes here. Yeah. And you do need a deep dish casserole for this, according to the directions.
And that is a deep dish casserole dish.
Yeah, this was a gift from Piggy's mom for Christmas one year. I have to say, both my deep dish casseroles, this one and the smaller one, were gifts from her. All right, now you take your can of evaporated milk and open it up.
That usually helps.
Yeah. And this is after you shook it very well. And it says to pour on top of the meat, onions, and potatoes. This will go down through all of that. Kind of reminds me of a scalloped potato recipe for casserole without the cheese to make scalloped potatoes. That's something I've got to make, y'all. Scalloped potatoes. I love those things. All right. Let's see what it says. It says to crumble butter on top. And that's pretty much what we've got with that shredded butter or grated butter. It crumbles. And this right here is just going to allow it to melt evenly. And it does call for the whole stick of butter, so I'm going to do my best to get that whole stick of butter on top of that, y'all. And that will melt down into it as well. And I have never made this before. Again, this is one of those recipes I found that sounded really interesting, and I thought it might be good. And like I said, I'm going to change it up just a little because it calls for salt and pepper, but I'm going to have to use some piggies to rub myself because, y'all, I like that flavor.
Like I say, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah. I mean.
If you don't try, you won't know.
I do have my oven already preheated to 350 degrees on the regular bake cycle. All right, Piggy, as much as I can get off of there.
That.
If y'all wondering, yes, I'm wiping my hands on my apron.
That's what it's for, ain't it?
Yep. Okay, now I'm just going to sprinkle some salt on here to taste, and that is salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to apologize now if I start sneezing, folks.
Yeah, that pepper gets us.
Every time, just about. There's a few times it ain't hit me, but...
No, it floated over here and hit me.
Piggy that back, it goes over there at my stove top.
Well, I'll wait till you get done with that right there, and I'll take a boat at the same time.
And I'm just going to sprinkle some of the piggy's rub on top. And y'all, this right here is just going to bring out that natural flavor. Excuse me. Potatoes and onion.
That's what that stuff does.
It brings out the natural flavors. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my oven for right at an hour and bake. And I'll keep an eye on it. And yes, it's for about an hour. So I might set it for 55 and then check it. It might take a little more than an hour. It might take a little less than an hour. But I'm going to put it right around an hour. Do this right here. There we go.
That pan won't fit in there the other way, folks. But when she figured out it fit in there that way, she was overjoyed. She's like, oh, boy, here we go.
Oh, man, y'all, this little timer thing don't want to work. There we go. I got it for 58 minutes. We'll check it in 58 minutes to see. So, see when I come back. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
Times 3.
Okay. I'll see you when I come back.
Uh-huh.
All right, y'all. I've taken it out of the oven. It's set for a couple of minutes. And just from looking at it, it's going to be one of these wet casseroles, what it looks like. We're going to try it anyway, see how it turns out. And it did cook for right around 58, 59 minutes, so right around an hour.
Well, that looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. It smells good. It smells really good.
That's probably enough for me.
Well, I got one to have one too, so just depends on which one we get.
No, I'm just saying.
Biggie just saying that'd be enough for him. I want to make sure I get a little bit of everything in there. Okay. Let me do this. And we'll put that right there. Let Piggy get me a picture. Y'all know I got to have pictures of this stuff. Got to entice people in to eat and watch video.
That's it. I'm getting the dish and everything.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So we get Piggy a fork. There's Piggy's fork. There's my fork.
There's my fork.
Yeah, there's his fork. Oh,
Y'all know what time it is.
That looks really good, y'all. It's hot, so I'm kind of stirring it around my plate. I'm trying to get about an onion and tater and corned beef. Mmm.
She likes it. She likes it.
If y'all like corned beef hash, you're going to like this casserole. That's all I can tell you. It's really good. Got a really good flavor. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of a baked corned beef hash, basically, is what it is.
Yeah.
And really very good. And I was talking to Piggy while it was cooking. I said, you know, anybody who wants corned beef for St. Patrick's Day and can't afford the large corned beef to actually cook, you can get a couple of cans of this and make up something like this and have you a corned beef dish on St. Patty's Day. That's good. I'm glad I put the PTR on it because it does bring out the flavor of the potatoes and onion.
It does.
It really brings it out. Well, y'all, I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.
Where's my fork?